And joining us now is the head coach of that Spartan team, Tom Anastos. Thank you so much for joining us, Coach. And you had a big win over the weekend against Clarkson. And the weekend previously, you took on Minnesota and beat them in a shootout. What's been the game changer for this year's team?
Well, you know, we mixed up some of our lines and we mixed up our lineup a little bit, and it really seemed to come together. We played very poorly against Minnesota in the Friday night game, and the next night made a few changes, and for whatever reason, really put a good game together. Eventually won in the shootout, and I thought that we came away from that game with a lot of confidence. A lot of our game came together, and then that continued after finals week, playing with Clarkson, and it was nice to see 6 goals go into the net.
Early on, you mentioned that a question mark for this team was executing on those scoring chances, but that doesn't seem to be the case here lately. Who has stepped up in your mind mostly offensively?
You know, as of late, we did see the puck go in the net a little bit more, and I think had we scored more early, our record would have probably 2 or 3 more wins than we have. But, you know, as of late, I think Mike Ferrantino has probably been one of our most consistent scorers all season long. And then we had guys really step up on Sunday in our game against Clarkson. It was nice to see Joe Cox, who's played real well all season long, but had no goals going into Sunday's game. He got 2 goals. Thomas Ebbing has played pretty consistently all year, as well as Ryan Keller. Both of those guys scored goals, and Matt DeBlau scored a goal, which has added to the depth of our scoring a little bit. So if those guys continue to evolve, it will really take the pressure off of a couple guys, and I think it will help our confidence as we move forward from an offensive perspective.
Well, speaking of experience in that role, you're a Michigan State hockey alum, and as well as having some experience as assistant coach, but you took 13 years as a commissioner for the CCHA. Take me back to 2011 when you went from CCHA commissioner to head coach for Michigan State. Describe what that transition has been like for you, both personally and professionally.
Well, it was a whirlwind. It's just been very exciting for me to be back part of the Michigan State family. I enjoyed my time with the CCHA. I had the opportunity to learn a lot being in that role in a much different way than what I'm doing now. And yet at the same time, when Mark Hollis approached me on returning to Michigan State, it was an offer that both myself and my family, frankly, were so excited about. It was too good to refuse. So, you know, I'm coming into a situation that we know we're going through a turnaround type situation to get better, get our program back to championship level. We're inching along, and we'd love to move faster, but we really like the trajectory that we're on and believe in what we're doing. And so hopefully very soon we'll be back to championship level. And while at times it's been a struggle, I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I think we're just going to keep getting better and better, and we'll get to that point where someday soon we'll be back to the championship level we expect.
Well, one of those checkpoints coming up is the GLI tournament, and you had some success as a player yourself, winning 3 GLI titles for Michigan State. But looking ahead, what excites you most about the upcoming GLI tournament?
You know, just the setting is a neat experience for the players. We have a lot of Michigan-based players, Detroit-based players in particular. I know growing up in the Detroit area, you know, myself, I always kind of looked at that tournament as something I wanted to play in. The neat part today is that the Red Wings have built such a history and legacy playing in Joe Louis Arena and hanging the Stanley Cup banners that they have. So it's a neat experience for our guys to be able to go down there during the holidays where a lot of family and friends can watch them play and play against other really good teams in a different environment, obviously a neutral site environment on an NHL stage. And so our guys are all at home now, and they're going to kind of refuel themselves and clear their minds, and we'll look forward to coming back to practice for that tournament because it's really an important part of really launching the second half of the season. So we all look forward to playing down there at the GLI.
Well, you talk about friends and family being able to make it down to Joe Louis, and it's my understanding that you have quite the large family. And I got to ask you this because I come from a big family of 6 as well, and Christmas time is right around the corner. So what is this time of year like for you, your wife, with 4 daughters and 1 son at home with a busy hockey schedule and then Christmas shopping for 5 kids?
Well, you know, it's changed a lot because our house, we only have 1 still at home, and everybody will be coming home starting tomorrow, actually. We kind of have the schedule set up. So I'm looking forward to a busy house again. I know my wife's really looking forward to having the whole family and all the kids back home. And, you know, Christmas shopping has kind of changed, as crazy as it sounds. And I'm sure you're not going to be surprised at this, but my wife heads that department up. And I believe she told me the other day she pretty much has everything done and has not gone to a store, has been working on it through the internet. And then I look around the house and see the gifts are almost already wrapped. So she's uber organized. And with the internet being so accessible now, she's gotten most of the shopping done without stepping foot in a store.
Well, I'm sure that's taken a toll on your bank account. Coach Anastos, thank you so much for joining us this week. We really appreciate your time. Best of luck to you in the GLI tournament, and even more luck with your Christmas shopping.
Thank you very much, and happy holidays to you.